Hello children, welcome to your chemistry online class. So, from today onwards, we are starting our new chapter thermodynamics. We'll see what is thermodynamics, and today I am planning to give a brief introduction about the important terms in thermodynamics. So, we'll start. So, thermodynamics. This word thermodynamics came from Greek. Here, thermo means heat, dynamics means power. So, what is this thermodynamics? It is a branch of science that deals with the quantitative relationship between heat and other forms of energy. We know energy is in different forms: chemical energy, mechanical energy, physical energy, kinetic energy, etc. So, in thermodynamics, we are studying the relationship between heat and other forms of energy. So, in this chapter, we are going to discuss all those things. And in chemistry, we are studying chemical thermodynamics. So, what are the basic terms in thermodynamics? That is system and surroundings. What is system and what is surroundings? System. System is a specified part of the universe that is under observation. That is, system is a thing or place or something which there's a reaction occurs and we are observing. For example, if you are conducting an experiment in a beaker, A and B is in the beaker. These are the reactants in the beaker. So a reaction occurring in this beaker. So our system is this beaker. Whichever the reaction occurs, we are observing the reaction in this beaker. So our system is this beaker. Then what is surroundings? The part other than the system is known as the surroundings. For example, our system is this beaker. Whatever things other than this beaker, for example, if you are keeping if you are kept the beaker on the table and we are observing this table, this room, all other thing than this beaker is our surroundings. And the boundary between the, the separation between the system and surrounding is known as boundary. So the glass layer can be a boundary. Here you can see the image. So our system is this boiling tube and the surroundings is all other things than the system. So this is the basic terms in thermodynamics. Then we'll see what are the types of system. There are different types of system: open system, closed system, and isolated system. Open system: the system that can exchange both matter as well as energy with the surroundings. For example, if you are drinking tea in a mug, for example, in a mug we are drinking tea. So tea is there. So from this tea we can, after some time, the heat will reduce of this heat of the tea will reduce after some time. So the matter, so the energy is exchanged with the surroundings. How this tea is becoming cool? Because it's absorbing the energy from, it's absorbing the heat, absorbing the cold from the surroundings, and it transfer its heat to the heat to the surroundings. It transfer the heat to the surroundings, so it became cool. And if we pour the tea also, it will also move, it will also fall to the surroundings. So both matter and energy can exchange in an open system. So it is an open system. If you take any reactants or any chemical in a test tube, that is an example for an open system. Then what about the closed system? If for this our tea mug, if it is having a cap, the heat only will exchange, but the matter cannot exchange. So because it is having a closed lid. In our home we know there are so many vessels, flask and all those things. After some time, what will happen is, after some time the tea will be cooler, it will be cold, but the amount of the substance will not decrease. So it is the example for the closed system. The next one is isolated system. So in open system both matter and energy can exchange. Closed system only energy can exchange but matter cannot exchange. And what is the isolated system? If both matter and energy is not exchanging, that type of systems are known as isolated system. The system which cannot exchange matter as well as energy is called an isolated system. Here you can see this test tube, if kept it in a container or a towel or bag, it's both will not exchange heat and the matter. And for example, if you are taking tea or something in a flask, we know we can drink the hot tea more than one day because the heat will not be exchanged with the surroundings. This is the example for the isolated system. So these are the main three types of the system. Then next topic is macroscopic and microscopic properties. What is this macroscopic and microscopic? Macro means big, micro means small. So can you explain what is macroscopic and microscopic properties? We'll see. Macroscopic property. Macro means big. So macroscopic properties are those properties which arise from the bulk behavior of the matter. Example, temperature and viscosity. For example, if you are taking a beaker and so many particles are there or so many substances there in the beaker, and if we conducting an experimental role, the temperature is will not, it depend all the particles in this beaker. We are taking the bulk property, not the temperature of one particle or one specific particle. We are taking it as a bulk. So such type of properties are known as macroscopic properties. We know there are so many properties for a matter. For example, pressure, temperature, volume, viscosity, surface tension. So many properties are there. So such properties depend up which depend or which arise due to a bulk material is known as macroscopic properties. So what will be microscopic? Micros means small. So are those properties which arise from the microscopic particles of the system. For example, intermolecular forces. For example, again we are taking a beaker and there are lot of particles in the beaker. So intermolecular force, such as we know intermolecular force is very important for each and every particle. It is the force between atoms, ions or molecules in the system. So the intermolecular force depend upon each and every particles in the system. Such type of properties are known as microscopic properties. But the temperature, viscosity and all will not depend upon each and every particle. It depends upon the bulk of the matter. Such things are known as macroscopic and microscopic properties. So these are the very important terms in thermodynamics. Then next one is intensive and extensive properties. In and X. So intensive properties. These properties are which value is independent upon the amount of substance present in the system. For example, temperature. For example, if we take any system, if you are taking temperature, the temperature will not depend upon the amount of substance. For example, if you are taking 100 degrees centigrade tea in a big beaker, small beaker, here 100 ml of tea is there, here 20 ml of tea is there. Is there any difference between the temperature of 100 ml and 20 ml tea? No. If you are heating it is 100 degrees centigrade, both having 100 degrees centigrade, both tea having 100 degrees centigrade. It will not change depend upon the amount of matter. Such type of properties are known as intensive properties. That is temperature, viscosity and all depend are intensive properties. Then what will be extensive property? Which depends upon the amount of substance present in the system. For example, density, volume. If we take density, it depends upon the amount of substance in the system. And volume, it's here also it depends upon the amount of substance. Then only we can tell what is volume. And there, if we take density, the amount of substance, if we want to know the amount of substance, then only we can predict how much dense that is. That is, so there are intensive properties and extensive properties. So these are the important terms in thermodynamics. So we will detailedly study the other things in next class. Okay, thank you.